These are my stinging nettle breakfast muffins. This plant, often thought to be a weed, is actually packed with vitamins, iron and antioxidants, and having them running through these delicious light muffins will give you a nutritious boost to your day. Embracing free local foods like these nettles can enrich our diets and connect us with nature just like our ancestors had. I can't believe it that this magical herb is often thought of as a weed. It grows everywhere. We're just on a country lane and there's nettles running all the way down the side. I recommend going onto a sort of secluded property or field and getting your nettles. I know that this is in a very busy lane, so these nettles are going to be good after a wash. It's long been used as a dye for clothes and other material, and the actual stem can be used as cordage. It's an amazing plant, and everyone knows that nettle is great for allergies like hay fever. Now obviously they're called stinging nettles for a reason, and usually I would have my gloves on, but I'm just using my scissors to cut and pick them up. But they only sting you when you brush them, so you can hold them like this. As long as you clamp on their hairs, they're actually like little needles because they inject you with their sting. But as long as you clamp them, you'll be fine. Don't fear the nettles. Just in this little patch alone, I can see cleavers, which are really good for us as well. You can make a cleaver water, and I'll pop a video where we did that. It's so nutritious, but right now we're focusing on nettles, and I need about double this because we're going to steam them to cook them and get rid of that sting, and then we'll run them through our muffins. Oh, my delicious nettles, totally free, nice big harvest there, plus I got some of my homegrown coriander as well. These muffins for me are the perfect grab and go breakfast. They're nutritious. We're gonna have oats in them, sun-dried tomatoes, capers, hemp seeds, all great stuff. So let's get these washed and we'll get making. Once the nettles are washed, I cook them. The best way of cooking them is in a steamer. I'm going to use my steaming basket over a high heat for around 90 seconds. This will get rid of the sting and cook the nettles perfectly. Oh yes. Then remove them from the steaming basket and let them cool completely. Very, very unique, but actually kind of reminiscent smell. They don't smell like nettles. Oh, you know what it's reminding me of? Our trip to Mexico. It actually smells like, Tom, I'm gonna remind you of this, of when we went to the most amazing organic farm. The whole episode is on YouTube. Probably the best day of my life, I've said it many a time. We were cooked an incredible Mayan meal, and it was something called kotzobes. For some reason, this smell is reminding me of those. Maybe it's because the kotzobes were wrapped in a Mayan leaf or Mexican leaf called hoja santa. Good memory. Anyway, that's brought back quite a few memories. Wow. So I'll let them cool now, and eventually we'll chop them really, really fine. Before I do that, we're gonna make our muffin mixture. We have got some self-raising flour. You can do this with gluten-free flour. I'm gonna add in some oats. We all have oats for breakfast. They're very good for us. We'll mix those together with a pinch of salt and some baking powder to help everything rise up. Now I'm gonna add some ingredients that I call superfoods. That phrase gets thrown around a lot these days, but I really believe in these ingredients. Starting with hemp seeds. These are packed full of protein and omegas. Also pumpkin seeds. Now pumpkin seeds are great for hair, skin and nails, plus so much more. Now for some lovely flavor, I'm gonna add some nutritional yeast, which has a nutty, cheesy flavor. And from my spice cupboard, I'm adding some smoked paprika. I am literally packing in flavors here. There's a lot of ingredients, I must admit, but these are fully loaded breakfast muffins, and they last for like a week in the fridge, but you can also freeze them. Next thing I'm going to add is my nettles, which I'm going to chop really fine, plus my homegrown coriander. We'll give that a little stir up then, and then I'm going to throw in some capers, some chopped sun-dried tomatoes, and then crumble in some smoked tofu. So tofu has been eaten for thousands of years in Asia, and this is a smoked tofu. It's already got great flavor. Sometimes I feel like tofu has got this bad rep for it being bland and boring, and there's all these sort of misinformation about tofu. Actually, I've done a lot of research on it, and I also am someone that really cares about what I put in my body, and I wouldn't be eating tofu if I thought it was bad for me. It's packed full of protein. It's got all 9 essential amino acids, and it's a good source of calcium and iron and things like that. And this smoked one does taste really good. So we're just crumbling this in. I'm also going to stir through a few cubes of steamed sweet potato as well. All right, so oven's gone on to preheat. It's now time to make this more of a muffin-like mixture. I'm gonna add some wet ingredients now, and actually this is a totally dairy-free recipe, so anyone and everyone can enjoy this if they've got an allergy or not. So I'm gonna add some non-dairy milk, some almond milk and oat milk is what I'm using, some olive oil and some chia seeds to help everything bind together. Guys, I promise that is the last ingredient. Now don't forget, this can be pre-done on a Sunday before work or college or school, whatever, and then you can help yourself to your breakfast muffin on the way out the door each day of the week after making them on the Sunday. So I'm gonna give this a really good mix up and then fill my muffin cases with this beautiful batter. I definitely have overfilled these a little bit too much. I think they do need a topping or two. This is not essential, but I do have a homegrown leek and I got to use it because look how long that is. So I'm just going to do a ring of leek on top of each one, plus a few extra pumpkin seeds, a pinch of salt, and then we'll get them into the oven. Oh, the kitchen smells amazing. Let's get these muffins out. Oh yes, look at these. Nice and crisp on top. Oh, they smell so good. And there's a little crackle from the pumpkin seed just saying, eat me, eat me. But I need to wait a little. I'm gonna let them cool slightly. Residual heat will cook them right through to the center. Now, if you wanna make these for meal prep, just let them cool, wrap them or put them in a container. And as I said at the start of the video, they'll last for about 7 days in the fridge, or you can freeze them. Oh, I can't wait to try this. I think I'm gonna recreate my morning routine, a lovely nettle muffin with homemade sauerkraut on top, and wander over to the greenhouse to enjoy it. my stinging nettle breakfast muffin. I love that I can see almost every single ingredient in here. You've got the lovely nettle, of course, some sun-dried tomato, some sweet potato, smoked tofu, pumpkin seeds. Oh, there's so much gone into this. That's why it's such a great breakfast. But actually can be eaten any time of day. I am so looking forward to trying this. That is just a savoury goodness. I think that you can get a little bored of sweet breakfast, can't you? You know, when you have sweets of too much. I love my oatmeal, my porridge, but incorporating one of these every now and then is amazing, and it's very substantial and filling. After all, we added a load of seeds, we added oats, we added tofu, sweet potato. This is a meal in itself, really. And that sauerkraut really works on top. Stay tuned for more fermentation recipes coming soon. The longer you leave these, the more firmer and easier to eat they are. Mine are still hot because I had no patience, because I just wanted to try one so bad. That's why I'm using a fork, but you can just literally bite them like a muffin. If you live in an area where stinging nettle doesn't exist or you can't get hold of it, just replace it with some spinach or some kale. Just squeeze some of the water after steaming out of spinach, because it does hold on to a lot of liquid and you don't want all that going in your muffin. Going in your muffin. We'll end it on that note. I'll see you soon.